What's up, dude?
What's going on, brother?
He'd be such a good podcast host, man.
I just like he was giving us a little intro beatbox right there.
You know, I was
Yeah, I was
like
like-
trying to like.
Little Dalton,
Come
Jay.
on. We're out there. What's going on?
What's going
up,
on,
man?
man? Thanks for
Chill.
being here, dude.
Dude, thank y'all for having me.
Of course, man. We this is so chill. Sometimes we don't prepare questions. Sometimes we just go into
I
it.
mean, dude, look, we got the fire going.
We're just doing it.
you know, we got the whole vibe set here.
First podcast inside.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think in some ways I'm starting to realize that some of what this podcast is, it's like almost like school for people that don't know how to make new friends, because it's just like us making new friends every single week and trying our
Exactly,
best.
Dude,
It's like,
that's
yeah, I don't know you at all. Let's talk in front of cameras for an hour.
Exactly. Let's get it.
So what's going on, dude? What's new in Dalton's world?
Oh man, dude. Lots of shows. Been on the road a lot. Currently we just sent my second single to radio,
Yeah.
which is really
Let's go.
exciting. We start the Sam Hunt tour in a few weeks. So, dude,
Yeah,
life is fast, but it's good, man.
that's
So you
amazing.
going on tour with is just you?
It'll be Sam Hunt. I'll be like
Nice.
touring Canada with Sam Hunt, which is crazy.
Dude, let's
Yeah,
go,
so
man.
I'm pumped about it, dude.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You've been doing any what was the coolest show that you've done recently?
The coolest show that I've done. Oh, that's so hard. Man, I don't think much beats the Opry. I don't think there's much that beats the Grand Ole Opry.
I don't. Yeah, that's
man.
probably the best answer.
Yeah, there's not much that beats it. So probably the Opry.
How many times have you done it?
I've done the Opry 3 times now.
Dang, man.
Every time
Congrats,
feels like
brother.
the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's nuts.
Also,
So 3 times at the Opry. This is now your second radio single.
Yes.
What is it feel different the second time around? Is there less stress, more stress the second time around?
Probably more stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's kind of like you want a song to go so bad, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where it's at right now. But dude, it's been great, man. It's been awesome.
How was the first one? You were just glad it was happening, and you weren't even really worried
So
about it.
the first one, I was kind of like, wow, like, this is happening. You
Yeah.
know, like I done the radio tour, I met everybody, and then it done what it did, and now we're here on the second single, and now I'm like, yo, let's exceed, let's go, let's take it further.
let's go,
So
dude.
yeah,
Where'd you get your truck, dude?
you like my truck?
Dude, you pulled up. I'm like, I don't know if that's him, but if that's him, that may be the coolest truck I've ever
Oh
seen.
man, thank you, dude. Yeah, dude. So I got it. My girlfriend had it before me, and now it's just kind of like our truck. We just drive it everywhere. Yeah,
Dude, that's a
Truck's
song
been-
right there.
That truck's been everywhere.
Our
Yeah.
truck.
Our truck.
truck.
There
It
you
is.
go, man.
You
Yeah.
get it lifted and stuff too.
No, it's already like that. It looks like it belongs in a mud hole. Like
Yeah.
I definitely need to go do some donuts and shit.
That's a pretty nice change, man. Because a lot of people like start dating a girl and then they inherit like a dog, but you got a truck.
A truck. There you
A
go.
truck, dude. A truck.
That's so funny.
Are you from Georgia?
I am from Georgia.
That's a
Are you-
Georgia truck out there.
Yeah, it's a Georgia truck. I should get a big old Go Dog sticker for the back windshield.
Go dogs, dude.
Yeah.
Well, dude, we first off, thanks so much for being here, man.
Yes,
we
sir.
The thing that we love about the show is that we want it to be a space where people in town can just kind of share a little bit of their story, a little bit of their testimony, whether that involves God or it doesn't involve God, or it involves God and not a great light.
This
That's
is my
cool, too.
first time doing anything like this.
Yeah.
Dude. Well, welcome.
So like
dude.
this is awesome to me too. So thank y'all for having me.
Of
Yeah,
course, brother. Of course, we've had the privilege of also listening to your music. We actually like research the guests that we bring on, and we
Let's
love
go.
the tunes, man. You got
Well, I appreciate
you got a
man.
cool sound to your voice, man. So
Thank you, brother.
love it. But yeah, I want to give you the space to just kind of share a little bit of your story, your testimony. Growing up, kind of how you got the music, Nashville, and kind of give you the floor for a little bit.
Yeah, dude. Man, I grew up Rome, Georgia. Y'all familiar with Rome, Georgia?
yeah.
at
Rome,
all?
Georgia, yeah.
All right, so I grew up in a small town right outside of Rome. It's called Aragon, Georgia.
Okay.
So it's Polk County. So like Sam Hunt's from Cedartown, Nick Chubb,
Okay.
and like from the Browns, right?
Yeah.
So like that's kind of everybody that's kind of come out of there, and a very small town. I grew up there all my life. School, church, the whole 9 yards. And man, really early I started singing talent shows, and I started singing in church when I was a kid. And dude, everything music just always felt normal. It always just felt like that's what I should be doing. So I dropped out of school when I was like 16.
Okay.
Dang.
I went to work in the woods with my grandpa. I was ran a chainsaw from the time I was 16. I'm 26 now. 16 to like 23.
Yeah.
Man, and I don't know, dude. I left there. I went on The Voice, and after The Voice, man, I went back to work, and I was like, dude, I can't do this. I need to go release some music. I need to go write some songs, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I did, dude. And 2019, right before COVID, TikTok kind of started coming around. I started posting on TikTok, and man, it just seems like everything just kind of fell in place, dude.
Were you in Georgia still at this
Yeah,
time?
I'm like, actually, like I still live in Georgia, but like
Oh.
Nashville is kind of just like home because I'm here just as much.
Sure.
But yeah, dude, still in Georgia, and all this time, like, it was so crazy just because it's kind of like happened, like really
Yeah.
fairly quick. You
Yeah.
know? Like between my record deal and everything that I did, it just kind of seemed really fast.
How old were you when you were on The Voice?
So that was 2019. Shoot, man, 22,
Yeah.
something like that.
Pretty young,
Yeah, dude.
just figuring it out. And then,
One of the biggest stages I'd ever been on, man. That was a time in my life where like I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just knew I wanted to sing. Right.
Yeah.
I hadn't written any songs yet. I hadn't really done anything like that. So I just knew I wanted to sing. And that was kind of the first step to everything.
wow.
It's awesome.
So you start posting on TikTok. What kind of stuff did you post in the early days? Did you
Dude, I
expect
was-
anything of it?
always
Or-
music.
It was always music.
Just
No, I never
truck-
could dance, dude.
No truck videos.
No truck videos. I'm not opposed to it. But dude, I started doing like covers, and I started posting like a lot of covers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started writing songs. I had a couple songs that I posted early on that did well on there. And dude, it's kind of like I posted this one video, and I was doing like mashups. Like somebody would walk up and be like, "Dalton, sing this song, sing this song,"
Nice.
and I would sing the songs. And then like one of the videos I posted, I was sitting in the living room. I posted it at like 3 o'clock. By 4 o'clock, I think it had like 500,000 views. And I was like, "Holy crap, that's nuts!" So I did it again. Then I did it again,
Yeah.
and it just kind of become a thing.
Yeah.
The power of TikTok, man.
Crazy, dude.
Was there a moment in the middle of all that, like when TikTok started to work and take off for you, that you just kind of realized that you were on a track and it was probably not stopping?
Honestly, man, like it felt really cool, but like I think you could kind of understand what I'm saying when I say this. Like you can have on TikTok, you can have a video go like 900,000 views, and then you
Next
could post
one.
a video, and then it'll get like
9 views.
yeah, exactly, and be like, what just happened? So yeah, it was really weird when that was happening
Yeah.
for sure, because I was like, I hope it don't stop.
Yeah.
Right?
And you had already been writing songs for a little while at that point? Like
Yeah, I
writing
started
your own
writing
stuff?
songs. I started coming into town. I started writing with, at the time, some people that I just met, which was like Adam Craig, John Pierce, Dan Isabel, Reed Isabel, and I started writing with them guys. And dude, it just kind of, now they're all like brothers because I've written with them so much, you know. So yeah,
That's awesome, dude. I wanted to kind of get more like into like personal stuff, like art.
Yeah.
Growing up, was faith kind of ever a thing for you or not really?
oh man, for sure, dude. When I was a kid, like my grandpa, he told me whenever I was probably 10 years old, man, like he'd call me up and sing. Like he told me when I was a kid, like I would sit in the console of the, like I would come up from the back seat and sing Amazing Grace for him and stuff like that. You know, I was brought up in church all my life, and yeah, dude, this plays a big part in everything I do.
That's the same
Still to this
grandpa
day.
you were running around with chainsaws in the
Yeah,
woods
man.
with?
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Yeah, one of the toughest men I know. Yeah, dude, grew up in church, and yeah.
That's what's up. Is Grandpa still with us?
Yeah, he's still with us.
That's awesome, dude.
Shout out.
Dude, we gotta get him on the podcast.
What does he
Yeah,
do?
what's up, Pops?
What does he do in the woods?
Dude, like, y'all would not understand if I told you. You're just going to have to, like, watch videos. But you look up, whenever we leave here, go on YouTube and type in logging.
Okay.
Logging?
Logging.
Okay.
And it's the number one most dangerous job in the world.
Yeah, not like logging data
Oh, I'm
into a
sure.
Not
spreadsheet.
like, I'm not saying, like, get on machines and climb up and cut
Yeah.
limbs off of power poles or nothing like that. I'm not saying that's a hard job, guys. I'm just saying when you get on a chainsaw and you have to walk way down in the woods, cut a big old limb off of a tree, try not to get hit by it.
Yeah.
While your machine is still running, big old machine that you got to get in, grab the wood, hit stumps bouncing through the woods. You just got to go watch.
Yeah.
I gotta do it.
Yeah, you got to do it. Like you got to
Dude,
go.
I shot a gun for the first time like a month ago.
Oh,
I'm
man,
like
was you
such-
scared?
No, I wasn't scared. It was just like the recoil was a little more than I thought.
What kind of
dude.
gun did you shoot? Do you know?
I shot 12 gauge.
12 gauge? Oh, that's
Yeah.
a big boy, man. That's a
Yeah.
turkey hunting
Well, dude,
guy.
I'm not a big like. This thing pulled me back a little bit.
So when you shot it, you was like,
A little bit. But I got used to it, man. So
No,
now
you do. You got to stiffen your shoulder up a little bit.
that's what I heard, man.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
think
stiffen it
I
up.
started getting used to it. And I started doing it. There's a gun club here in Nashville. Have you been to that thing?
I have not.
Dude, you gotta go.
But I love shooting guns, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, whenever I'm at home and I have nothing to do, I'll just get my rifle out. I'll go set my target up and I'll just
Dude,
waste a box of bullets.
I can't do that. I live
Just for
downtown,
fun.
so
Dude, you gotta come to Polk County and shoot some guns with me.
dude.
Come
I think
on.
my neighbors do it to keep
You
the
live-
rent low, but I can't confirm nor deny. But
You have land out there and stuff?
I do not, man, but I think I'm going to soon.
That's what's up.
You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, dude.
Dude, we gotta take a trip.
I would love to, dude. I honestly just want to spend more and more time outside.
Let's get it. Have you guys
awesome
spent
land.
much time in Georgia at all?
Yeah, I played baseball growing up, so I was there a lot for baseball tournaments. I also
You look like
have-
a baseball player, dude.
dude. Everybody says that, man. I don't know what that means, but thank you.
You do.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It's the Henley.
I spent a reasonable amount of
Henley.
time in Georgia. My favorite Georgia story is just one time I went to Gatlinburg for like a Christmas thing with
That's
some friends.
Tennessee.
Yeah, but I'm getting there. I'm
Okay,
getting there.
okay.
So I went to Gatlinburg, right? And I typed in my address here in Nashville just
Okay.
to get home from Gatlinburg. And I guess I just typed in the wrong one. And I went to the same address, but it was just in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I just never paid attention to where I was going. So I just ended up, like I was saying, I was like 2 minutes from home. And then I was looking at the skyline. I was like, this is not Nashville at all.
Where am
I was
I
in
at
Atlanta.
right
So I turned
now?
a 3-hour trip into an 8-hour trip.
Oh, let's
Got to go to the Buc-ee's in Georgia. It was a good time.
Oh, let's go. You probably went like in Calhoun, Georgia.
Yeah.
That's where the
Calhoun.
Bucky is.
That-
down
yeah, that's
there.
the popular
Calhoun,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great. It was nuts. I'm from Texas, so I'm a Buc-ee's guy.
Oh, sick.
I love it.
I love Bucky's too. Their brisket is like,
Oh my gosh,
Fantastic.
dude.
Yeah.
Low key though, that chicken sandwich they have you had that?
I haven't, but I'm going as soon as I leave here.
Dude, it's unbelievable, man. It's not like the Lord's chicken, but it'll do
Yeah,
do
it'll
one.
do it.
It'll do measures.
Heck
So
yeah.
I feel like a question that typically kind of opens the floodgates a little bit. I think we started this one with Emily. And
Yep, we did, yeah.
It was just like, who is God to you, or how are you with God right now?
Yeah.
In your own words,
Yeah.
like
Dude, that's a really good question because, like, every single day, like, I was just telling somebody earlier, like, dude, God's never took his hand off of me. No matter where I was at in my life, no matter what I was doing, whether it was doing music on stage, whether I was in the studio or at home, he's never took his hand off of me. Everything, I know in my heart, everything's always going to be okay just because I know God, he's always with me. Always. There's never a minute in my life I did not think he was with me ever. So,
Dang.
yeah.
that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
That's real, dude. That's why I love the show, man. It's like that question always gets me. It's like,
Yeah.
because we talk to so many people, and you can kind of tell like when it's kind of like surface level stuff,
Yeah,
which is
dude.
totally cool. I get it. But then you can tell like, okay, this guy's actually like, you can see his humility in that answer, man. And so I appreciate you just being vulnerable.
No,
with that.
dude. Like, growing up, man, my grandpa told me, he's like, whatever you do, as long as you keep Jesus first, you can never go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if, like, you got to follow your heart, but always keep Jesus first. Always involve Jesus, and you're going to be fine.
Yes.
That's why, like, even in my lowest times now where I'm like, yo, like, when is this going to happen? Like, when am I going to start getting hits? When am I going to start doing
Sure.
this? Like, just trust in Jesus. It's going to happen, And that's kind of where I'm at in my life right now.
Dang.
So tell us a little bit more about your grandpa. Sounds like he's like a,
Oh,
like a
dude.
spiritual mentor, just
he's
a wise man.
One of the greatest men I've ever
Yeah.
met, dude. I mean, growing up, that's my dad, Like, my grandpa was the man that gave me an ass whooping. Excuse my language, guys. He gave me an ass whooping whenever I needed it. If I got an F on my report card, he was the one that was like, yo, you need to straighten up, get it together, And, yeah, dude, he was that figure in my life and taught me about Jesus. Taught me to drive my first truck, taught me how to shoot guns, So, yeah, dude, he's the man.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of what Matt was saying just a minute ago. I think one thing I love about asking that question to people around
Yeah.
here is that, like, everybody's coming from such a different place, and I think that's why it's worth asking everybody that
Yeah,
comes
dude.
on the podcast. Like for myself, and we've definitely had guests that are very much in a state where they're wrestling, they're struggling with God, they don't know how they feel about Him, they
Right.
don't know what's going on. And then there's people like yourself, and it's actually really refreshing to just get
Yeah.
this answer sometimes. It's like, man, God's always been right there with me,
Yeah,
and I know it, and I'm certain of it, and it's not that complicated. I just know He's there.
exactly.
And
And you just got to know that you know that you know, man.
Yeah.
That's the truth, dude.
Was there ever a time, either in career or personal life, where that was hard to comprehend? Like it was hard to kind of trust that God was actually there for you?
Honestly, I feel like as a human being, I feel like we all kind of had times where we question everything in life. And for me, just being how I grew up and the places that I was been and I'm 26, you know, and I could say that I've seen a lot of stuff, and the places that I've been and stuff through this whole journey, I don't think there's ever been a minute where I had to question if Jesus was with me or in my heart or what I was doing was right or wrong, just because, I don't know. I've just kind of always been aware of what was happening. I've always prayed, and I've always tried to keep my faith really, really strong, because that's what wakes me up every day. That's what motivates me. That's what makes me love my family every day, you know? So.
Dang. She trained him well.
Becca, you trained me well.
She trained him well.
Y'all can't see Becca, but she's over in the corner.
Becca's over there with cue cards.
Awesome.
Say this, Dalton. Say this. No, we're just playing. She's really not, y'all.
She'll be on the next podcast episode, so stay tuned. Okay.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Well, shoot. What else we got? What else do you want to talk about?
Dude, I'm here with you guys. I'm down to chill. We can talk. We can sing
Dude.
some songs. We can do whatever.
We're definitely going to sing some songs.
Yeah.
How long has this second song been at radio?
Dude, just like a week.
Just a week.
A week. Bury Me in This Bar, man. I grew up listening to artists like Conway Twitty, Merle Haggard, Vince Gill, Keith Whitley.
Yeah.
Traditional.
And yeah, dude, and like you kind of get in this, like when I started coming into town, I started cutting songs. I started doing this, like TikTok was like everything was, it was a hit or a miss. Everything was going viral or it wasn't.
Right.
And I just wanted to find I wanted to do music that was going to go viral and this and that. But dude, I'm kind of in this space now where I just want to do music that's true to me, stuff that I have fun playing every night, and stuff that I know my fans are going to love. And like Bury Me in This Bar is just one of those songs that like, it's kind of the same vibe of the stuff that I grew up listening to as a kid. And like, I just know like if Keith Whitley heard Bury Me in This Bar, he would love it.
Yeah.
Ronnie Dunn. I mean, I love Brooks and Dunn, you know, and I just want to write a song that, you know, if my heroes heard it, they would be like, yo, I love this, you know? So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm writing for these days.
That's what's up, man. I feel like my own personal journey with TikTok has been kind of similar. Like, dude, I'll never forget this song, bro. I wrote a song called Taylor Swift. Like, literally just called it Taylor Swift. Yeah. And it's to this day one of my most successful songs, but also one of those songs I'm like, man, why? Like, I listen to it, I'm like, just a little cringy right
Yeah,
there.
and like sometimes it might be hard to get away from one of those moments, right?
Yeah, but like it's interesting because like I went into the right with the intention. I remember like the first thing that came out of my mouth is like, guys, I have this great marketing strategy. We're gonna call it Taylor Swift. We're gonna blow it up on TikTok. Let's hope that she reposts it and it's gonna get streams.
Yeah.
Right.
And nowadays I feel exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, moving to Nashville, kind of getting out of the TikTok artist thing is extremely hard. And I found just what you said, man. If somebody says there's a quote, 3 chords and the truth is all you need.
Yeah.
Who says that, man? I say it all the time. I still don't know who says it.
I've heard everybody say it. I've heard a lot of people
everybody
say
in Nashville says it. We don't know who says it. but that's
where it originated from.
That's it. That's it. But that's the truth, man. I mean, like that's what takes somebody from a TikTok short-term success to a long-term household name, man.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Well, it's cool to be where you're at in your career now, because you know, like at the beginning, you're just like Matt was saying, you're doing anything to see what can stick, to see what works.
For sure.
And then you get to this point where it's like you have a career, you have something established, and there's people listening. And now you have to start thinking about things like, all right, whatever I put to radio, like I'm going to have to be singing this for a lot of years.
For a long time.
And I better like it.
Yeah, I got to love it, you know? Because there's songs that even I still sing that, you know, might have went viral.
Yeah.
Which is I can't hate on them songs because, that had to happen for me to be where I'm at right now. Mm-hmm. But like, I would love to sing something different that I love, you know? Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
What's up, man?
So what are you hoping your music, when you get on stage every night, I know you hinted at it a little bit, like you want it to have that feeling like I would love my heroes to love this.
Yeah.
But like when you get on stage every night and you're singing to an audience, what are you hoping that like your audience walks away feeling, thinking, experiencing when they see you?
Oh, just a great time.
Yeah.
Like I just know when I go to a show, like for instance, I saw Cody Johnson live.
So good.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. And
Where'd you see him?
So I saw him in Nissan Stadium during
Yeah.
CMA Fest last year, and we was playing kind of like the platform stage that was in middle of the stadium. So as Kojo was on stage, I'm standing up on stage because as soon as he's done, we're gonna play. So I'm watching his show and I'm just like looking at all these people, 80,000 people, and I'm like, crap, dude. Like these people are gonna leave here tonight and say, if they're gonna say anything, they're gonna say Cody Johnson is incredible. His voice, the way he ran across the stage like a fireball, just on it. And like I want them to say that about me, you know? Like take away from it, go, I had a great time. The bartenders could say they made money because they sold beer. Somebody probably got tips.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody's just going to have a great time.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about going to a show? Like
my show or a show?
your a show. Go and
A
see
show.
somebody else.
Oh, like, I guess now as a fan or as an artist?
As a fan.
As a fan?
Yeah.
Dude, I just want to be able to go out there and like nonstop, like somebody like Kojo, like hits. He's playing hits every single time. I know every single song. And dude, it's just fun. The energy's great. I love watching the band. Like the band intro, like in any band, is one of my favorites. So like, I don't know. That's probably my favorite part, is just being able to go and be intrigued the whole time.
Yeah.
And everybody around me like screaming, getting down, you know?
Yeah.
If you could see anybody in concert, dead or alive, tomorrow, who would you want to see?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Dead or alive.
Pulled that one out of
Dude.
my pocket.
That would have to be like, I would love to see Keith Whitley.
Nice answer.
Like Keith Whitley would be like that's
Yeah.
like bucket list right there.
Dude, it was so. I have this hometown like music festival they just started. I grew up in like a small town in Texas.
Okay.
That got way bigger, and I don't know how it happened. Like since I moved away, this town has blown up, and now they do this huge country music festival for
Yeah.
the last 2 years, right where I used to play Little League baseball.
Oh,
And
crap.
yeah, a buddy of mine, he does monitors for Cody actually.
Okay.
And so it was a cool like full circle moment. This guy and I grew up together in this town, and he was doing monitors for Cody headlining this festival. So I flew down a couple weeks ago just to go see the whole thing, and Ernest was there. And he just pulled up, because Ernest is just friends with everybody.
Yeah.
He pulled up everybody at that festival to do a Keith Whitley tribute show.
Yeah.
And so it was him and like Zach Top, and they had Jake
Oh, I saw that
Worthington,
video. Yeah, I saw that video on TikTok the other day. I was like, yo, that's awesome.
and It
Yeah.
was incredible, man. It was so good.
Keith Whitley would definitely be like one that I would love to see.
Yeah.
And then like not in country music, I would probably like,
Yeah.
this is so weird.
on.
Maybe. Like Michael Jackson.
I was gonna say Michael Jackson.
That would be
number one
lit,
answer.
I would've said the
dude.
same thing.
Number
That would
one
be lit.
answer on the board, Michael Jackson.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah. If you could go back to those days where Michael was like at his peak, just I can't even
the
imagine
moonwalk,
the energy.
Billie Jean.
Oh my gosh.
When he did the moonwalk for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine like sitting front
Dude.
row being like, oh, that's history. This dude just made like history.
This dude-
I wonder if people
What
in the
he
crowd knew in that moment what they were seeing. Because I've seen that video and everybody just like loses their minds.
Yeah.
But like, what do you even
How old
do?
was he right there? Like 30?
Yeah, 30-something.
30 something?
Yeah.
That was like iconic.
Yeah.
That whole night was iconic. It was
Everything
crazy.
he did, man, for decades.
Yeah, that's nuts.
From the Jack, like a little kid all the way up to his 50s.
Dude, I tried to moonwalk the other night and I fell. I was on stage, like I tripped.
Oh, you were on stage?
I forgot to tell everybody about this. I'm
With
on
or without a
stage.
guitar?
I did not have my guitar.
Shoot.
But I get up there, I'm just like, yo, like I said, I want everybody having a good time. Imagine seeing this fat dude that's up on stage, like not line dancing, moonwalking. So I get up there and I turn my hat backwards and everybody's like, oh God, what is he doing?
what's he doing?
Dude, I just started moonwalking. And boom, there I went. And I'm like, I'm okay,
Oh,
everybody.
you fell?
I busted my
You
toe.
fall
my
backwards?
gosh,
You need to do it with the guitar. It'll counterbalance you a little bit. Keep you forward.
I will remember that for next song.
Moonwalk with the guitar. Nobody's
That's
done
the
that.
move,
Yeah.
dude. That's the move.
Guitar moonwalk.
Yeah. Get your heaviest guitar. And
That's
try it
the-
again.
That's
you
the
know?
move. Let's get it.
Dude, man.
I'll send y'all a video next time I fall.
Please
Please
do,
do,
man.
man.
I
No,
will.
we'll go to Rome and we'll practice and then we'll go to the
Let's
stage.
go, dude.
Yeah, if you do it before like Monday, we'll just pipe it into the podcast episode right when we talk about it.
Let's go.
Say,
man.
dude.
Heck yeah.
Tell me about new music. Tell me
Dude.
about that.
Got so much new music. I feel like I've been sitting on for quite a while that I'm kind of anxious at this point to really
Yeah.
get out. And dude, I feel like I'm in the beginning of a new era, man. I feel like I'm kind of where I want to be in my life. I feel like I've got the songs that I want the world to hear. And it's only kind of getting better, man. The songs are getting better. And I could say they're genuinely me, you
Yeah.
know? So I'm really excited about it.
Is there like a song either recent release or you're going to release where it's like that one feels most like Dalton?
Yeah, there's actually a couple of them, man. I don't know. I'm kind of in this like I said, the guys that I grew up on. It's very like, I guess you can say kind of like the honky tonk, bar
Right.
stomping stuff, and like that's kind of where I've been at, man. But there's also nothing like a good old country song, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited for this new stuff, man.
Was it always country music for you?
Always, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like we all had I mean, I had my era where I was like into like Chris Brown, Usher,
Yeah.
Keisha Cole,
Who didn't?
Monique. You know, like I loved all them. But dude, there's always country music, man. I loved everything about it, and that's all I've ever known, honestly. That's the only thing I've ever lived too. You know, like
Yeah.
you know, I love listening to Lil Baby or Da Baby or something like that. But that's
Yeah.
just to get hype, you know.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like country music, that's my life. That's what I live.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I've lived since I was a kid.
That's what's
That's
up,
all I've
dude.
ever known.
You've worked with a lot of people throughout your career.
Yeah,
right?
so far, man. it's been
Who's
nuts.
been the most favorite, or who's been the
Oh man, so I met Vince Gill,
Oh.
and
Oh,
Vince, like, dude, he put his vocal. I done a cover of "Go Rest on That Mountain,"
Yep.
and I met Vince at the Ryman last year, and he's such a nice guy. I was like, Vince, dude, I'm such a huge fan. Like, we started talking. He gave me his number. He was like, dude, text me anytime, call me anytime, whatever. I called him a couple times. He didn't answer. So
His
this
burner
is-
phone.
Dude, this is really a true story, man. So it was his birthday last year, and randomly I called him. He said, Dalton Dover, what's going on? I was like, oh, hey, Vince
You
Gill.
remember me?
You know? And just from there, I was like, man, I got this song. I would love, you know, if you could sing it with me. I mean, I was prepared for him to say no, but he was in, and he put his vocal on "Go Rest on That Mountain" with me.
Wow. Dude.
Yeah, it was really, really nuts hearing me and him sing together. It was crazy.
He's just such a cool. I love Vince Gill because he's just at this place in life, in his career, and the legacy that he's left.
Yeah.
That he can and is perfectly willing to do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like that's what we all like. I feel like that's the point where we all want to get.
yeah.
Like his reputation is so good. Like he's such a great person, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a great person.
I remember when I first moved to Nashville, I was working at a little coffee shop in the Gulch, and it was like this nice hotel, and he was touring with the Eagles at the time.
Oh yeah.
And I guess they were all staying at the hotel, even though he has a place here. It's funny how those things go. But I didn't know about all that. I knew that I had heard like the Eagles were in town, but I didn't even know Vince was touring with them. And at some point, I see this whole collection of people just outside of the coffee shop in the hotel lobby. And
Probably
Vince had
going
just
nuts,
gone
right?
downstairs and pulled out a guitar and just started playing in the lobby for people.
Dude.
And he played
Imagine-
for like an hour and a half.
Imagine that.
Yeah. It was
Imagine
cool.
sitting in a
In the lobby.
hotel and be like, wait, there's Vince Gill playing in the hotel lobby. That's nuts.
He was just waiting for his bus to pick him up, take him to the venue.
That's wild.
He was just
man.
playing in the lobby.
That's wild.
That's how much that dude loves to play.
Great dude.
Vince
Yeah.
Gill, man.
That's wild.
What a legend. What a legend. Well, man, we like to kind of end our conversations with kind of a we've done it with every single guest now.
Every guest.
And it's a simple question, and you can take a second to think about it, but
Okay.
it's if you could go back in time and tell little Dalton one piece of advice, what would you tell him?
Oh man, if I could go back in time and tell baby Dalton one piece of advice, man, honestly, I would probably tell him to just be true to you, dude. Like, do you? People love you for you. Do you? They're not gonna love you like the world. You know, they're gonna have a Luke Combs, they're gonna have a Morgan Wallen, they're gonna have, you know, Kojo. They're gonna have all these guys, but what they're gonna have and what they don't have now is Dalton Dover.
Wow.
So be true to yourself. Probably. That's probably what I feel like. That's what I would tell them.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it, man. Well, appreciate you being on here, dude.
No, dude. Thank y'all so much for having me, dude.
Of
This
course,
has been,
bro.
This has been a blast.
Yeah, of course,
We're going to
dude.
get you to play a song for us.
Let's
Yeah,
get it.
you got it? Let's
Of
do it,
course,
man.
Let's do it.
Well, I was raised off of Route 3, out past where the blacktop ends. We walked to church on Sunday morning, raced barefoot back to Johnson's fence. That's where I first saw Mary on that roadside picking blackberries, talking about what the future might hold down that red dirt road. I drank my first beer. That's where I found Jesus. Where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces. I learned a path to heaven is full of sinners and believers. Learning happiness on earth ain't just for high achievers. I come to know that there's life at both ends of that red dirt road.
Heck yeah, bro.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you want to watch the full uncut version of this episode, you can head over to our Patreon for more exclusive content. That's patreon.com/thebondfire. Again, that's patreon.com/thebondfire. You can get exclusive content, watch ad-free episodes, and a whole lot more. So we'll see you over there.